when you write an essay using sources, and you're using MLA citation style or MLA style for your paper, you need to give credit to your sources in two different ways. And when I say sources, I mean articles, books, documentaries, YouTube videos. Sources can come in a variety of shapes and sizes. So in this essay, you can see I have a 3-page essay, and the works cited page comes at the end. I've put the works cited page over here on the other side so you can see and compare to the paper, but really your works cited page is not separate. It's the last page of your paper. Okay, so every time that you are writing and you use information from a source, you're going to put an in-text citation. So that means anytime you use a quote, anytime you use some facts, anytime you paraphrase or summarize information from a source, you will put a citation. So let's look at a few examples. Okay, here it says the percentage of immigrant-owned businesses in California in 2016 is 36.6%, around 676,537 in total, and new businesses owned by immigrants is 44.6%. Okay, so this is clearly a fact. I did not make this up. This came from a source. So what source is it? It comes from a source called Farley. Now I can see that this is a name with no page number. So that means that the source didn't have page numbers. If there is a source, if there are page numbers on your article or in your book, you use them. And if there aren't, you can't. Okay, so then I come over here to my works cited, and I have to make sure that I have a full citation here for Farley. Okay, so the full citation is Farley Robert, open for business. So that's the name of the article. This is the author, last name, and then first name with a period. Okay, and then this is where the article came from. In this case, it came from a journal called the New American Economy. Partnership for a New American Economy Action Fund is the website where it came from. So this article came from a website. This is the date it was published, and this is the date that I accessed it on the web. So I'll go in more detail about all that information later. But first you need to see that every source in your paper has a reference at the end where a reader could go and get more information about that source and how to find it. So your paper matches your works cited page. So let's find the next one. Here's another one. We're talking about a guy named, I don't know how to say that, Zaski. Came to Canada with his family. He was inspired by wastefulness here, and he started a small business by the age of 14. So this has the name Smith, and these are time points. So I know this is going to be a video of some sort or a film. So I'm going to come over here, and I see Smith, comma, Kyle. So this is the last name, comma, the first name. Here is the name of the video. In this case, it's a TED Talk. So it's called Unlocking the Power of Entrepreneurship. Notice that it has the quotation marks. And then over here, it says TEDx. That's the website it comes from. And that's where TED Talks are located. Then it has April 2019. That's the date of his TED Talk. Here at the end, I put lecture, just to be clear that it was him giving a talk. All right. Where is my next in-text citation? We have Farley again. Farley again. That was a big source in this paper. So here I have another one. So It says a longitudinal field experiment indicates that students gain cross-cultural experiences, are significantly creative on their business ideas than those who stay at home. So this is actually a student paper. There's some grammar problems here, but we're going to focus on the citation. So this experiment came from Pubia 3. So this is going to be a written source with a page number. I'm going to go over here, and Fabia Homie K, that's his last name, comma, his first name, and he uses an initial, so I include that, end with a period. The location of culture, this is the name of a book. So if you were using another book here, for example, I don't know, The Omnivore's Dilemma, you would have right here, Poland, comma, Michael, period. And then notice that this is in italics. This would say The Omnivore's Dilemma, period. Right here, this is the publisher of the book. So you have to look on the back of the book or inside the front page, and it should have the publisher, comma, and then the year that it was published. Usually there's more than 1 year listed. You want to use the most recent year and then put period. Okay, and then I'm going to go down here to find my next source. Here I see the documentary The Other Side of Immigration by Roy Germano says that immigrants sacrifice themselves into their jobs. They work 14 hours a day and 7 days a week. And then here are the time points that he said that in the video. Okay, so Roy Germano is going to be the director. For films, you use the director name. So here I have Germano, comma, Roy, comma, director. So we put director here to make it really clear, and then period. Then in italics, here is the name of the film. So this is exactly what you would do with any kind of documentary film or feature film, including Food Inc. You'd use the director's name, last name, comma, first name, put the word director and period, and then you would put Food, comma, Inc. here in italics. Then you want to put the company that made the film, the film house. So you would put that there. Usually that's right at the beginning of the film. It says the company that made the film, and then comma, the year that it was made. Always put a period at the end. All right, and so as you can see, every citation over here has a citation over here. They completely match. Other things to notice about the Works Cited page. It's like the opposite of a paragraph. The first line is not indented, and the second line and all subsequent lines are. So this is going to be one source, and every time I come back to the full left side, it's a new source. So I know this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sources. Now the exact way that you format things in your Works Cited page for MLA is very, very specific. And there's a lot of resources that you can use to help you. Purdue OWL is a popular source. You can go directly to an MLA online style guide from the MLA group. I think this one is particularly useful. This is from Widener University, so I'll include a few links below. But as you do your Works Cited, the information that you need to gather includes these pieces. You need to have the author. You always begin with the last name, comma, first name. If there's 2 authors, you're going to put both of their names. But if you have 3 or more authors, you don't list them all. You're going to use something called et al. That means, and all the rest of them. Okay. Then, of course, you need the title. The title of the source is in italics when it's a book or a website, and it's in quotation marks when it's a periodical, a journal, a magazine, newspaper article, etc. then you have to think of what is the next container for the article. Okay, so in many cases, the container of the article is going to be a website. In other cases, the container of the article, that container is going to be the name of a journal. Okay. We don't have anything with version numbers, so we don't have to worry about those things. The next thing that comes next is a publisher and a publication date. And then finally, where it came from. So for print sources, you might enter page numbers if it's a part of a book. We're using a whole book and a whole article, so we don't have to enter any page numbers. And then location. So if you have a URL, if you have where it comes from, then you're going to include that information. And then here, there's a whole list of examples. So take some time to take a look. If you have any different types of sources, you're not sure how to list it. It's always a little bit of a judgment call, but you can use these sources to help you figure it out.